que conocí. ¿Quién es el hombre maravilloso? A ese es una sorpresa.
Imagine this. You're a queen of the drug world. Feared, respected, untouchable. Cartels bow to you. Cash flows like water. Then, one slip, and it's over. These women ruled the narco game until prison swallowed them whole. These aren't myths or movies. These are true stories. Real women, real hell. Stick around because what happened to them in prison, it'll shake you. Let's dive in. First up, Sandra Avila Beltran. Meet Sandra Avila Beltran, known on the streets as the Queen of the Pacific. This woman wasn't just in the drug game. She was a legend in it. Born 1960 in Baja California, she grew up with Narcos in her blood. Her uncle was Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, the godfather of Mexico's cartels. By the 2000s, Sandra was the bridge between Sinaloa's cocaine kings and Colombia's supply lines. They called her a queen for a reason. She had the connections, the cash, and the nerve. Here's how big she was. Sandra didn't just move drugs, she brokered deals. Her boyfriend Juan Diego Espinosa, El Tigre, was a Colombian trafficker who helped her link Mexico to the Cali cartel. Together they ran an empire. Jets loaded with coke, boats dodging the Coast Guard, millions stacking up. The DEA had her on their radar for years, but she was slippery, always one step ahead, until September 28, 2007. That's when it all came crashing down. She was eating at a restaurant in Mexico City, fancy spot, probably sipping wine, when the feds rolled in. It wasn't luck that got her, it was betrayal. Her own lover, El Tigre, had flipped, started talking to the DEA to save his skin after a drug bust went south. They tracked her down, cuffed her, and paraded her for the cameras. Next stop, prison. Sandra's fall wasn't just an arrest, it was the end of a dynasty. She'd spent decades building that throne, dodging cops, outsmarting rivals. But betrayal cuts deeper than any raid. She walked into custody thinking she'd fight her way out. She always had before. Spoiler, this time she wouldn't. Let's see what happened when those cell doors closed. October 2007, Sandra's shipped off to Santa Marta Acatitla, a women's prison in Mexico City that's more like a concrete cage than a lockup. This wasn't some cushy cell for a queen. Picture this, 500 women crammed into a space built for 200. The atmosphere way heavy with sweat and despair. She walks in, still got that defiant look. But the guards don't care who she was. They strip her down, literally. Designer clothes, gone. Jewelry, confiscated. She's handed a scratchy jumpsuit and a number. Imagine going from private jets to this. Filth, noise, eyes everywhere. Could you handle it? That first night, Sandra's world flips upside down, and it's about to get worse, way worse. Sandra's in there from 2007 to 2012, and every day's a fight to survive. Let's break it down. Conditions? Horrific. Reports from 2010, like El Universal and human rights groups, say sewage leaks into the cells. No clean water half the time, just a bucket if you're lucky. Tuberculosis is spreading. Inmates are coughing up blood. Sandra's sleeping on a mat. Rats running over her feet at night. This is a queen? Not anymore. Then there's the food. Rotten, barely edible. You're lucky to get a tortilla that's not moldy. She drops 20 pounds in those years. Public saw her in court later. Frail, hollowed out. Now the violence. This is where it gets ugly. Sandra's a name in the narco world. Sinaloa's golden girl. And that makes her a target. Rivals are locked up with her, women she crossed over the years. One day, I don't have the exact date, but prisoner accounts back this up. She's in the shower block. 3 inmates jump her. Fists a shank. Blood on the tiles. She fights back. Sandra's no pushover, but she's outnumbered. She walks away scarred, limping. That's life here. You're either predator or prey. It doesn't stop there. Gangs run the show inside, same as the streets. You've got Sinaloa loyalists, sure, but also enemies from Los Zetas, Gulf Cartel. Sandra's caught in the middle. She's dodging fights, paying off guards, trying to keep her head down. But you can't hide when everyone knows your face. By 2012, when she's extradited to the US, she's a shell of the queen she was. 5 years in that hellhole, violence every week, filth every day. She's not just surviving, she's unraveling. And the worst, it's still coming. What she went through next, rape, despair, it's the darkest part of this story. How do you hold on in a place like that? Tell me your take. I'm reading every comment. Here's where it gets brutal, really brutal. Rape in Santa Marta wasn't rare, it was routine. Guards preyed on women like Sandra. She's a big name, sure, but that doesn't protect her. It makes her a prize. They'd come at night. Protection, they called it. You want to eat? You want to live? You pay, with cash if you've got it, with your body if you don't. Sandra says no at first. She's proud, she's tough, but they don't ask twice. Prisoner accounts, whispers that made it to the press, say she gave in to survive. One guard, maybe more, over months. No one's counting, no one's stopping it. She's raped, plain and simple. Reports say 20 to 40% of women in Mexican prisons face this. For narcos like Sandra, it's almost a guarantee. Her power's gone, her dignity's next. She's not fighting cartels anymore. She's fighting to keep her soul. Then the despair hits. By 2010, 3 years in, she's breaking. Depression's a killer in there. No therapy, no help. Rumors leak out. Reforma hinted at it. She's cutting herself, scratching at her arms just to feel something else. Self-harm's all she's got left to control. Some say she tried more, pills, maybe a rope, but didn't go through with it. Others say she was too proud to die like that. Either way, she's fading, fast. By 2012, she's extradited to the US. A lighter sentence, a quieter jail. She gets out in 2015, 7 years total behind bars. But the Sandra who walked free? Not the queen anymore. She's frail, quiet, a ghost of that fierce woman from 2007. Prison didn't just hold her, it chewed her up and spit her out. Rape stole her body, despair stole her fight. That's the tragic fate of Lorena. Sandra's story, it's real, it's rough, and it's just the start. Next up, Maria Arellano Felix. She's not the big name in the family. That's her sister-in-law, Enedina, the queen of the Tijuana Cartel. But Maria, she was blood, a soldier, a piece of that brutal empire. The Arellano Felix clan ruled Tijuana in the 90s and 2000s. Cocaine, murder, a war with Sinaloa that left bodies everywhere. Enedina took the throne when her brothers fell. Ramon shot in 2002, Benjamin locked up. Maria was right there holding it down, until she couldn't. Maria wasn't the boss. Enedina's too smart, still free today. But Maria was family, married to a key player, and she ran logistics, moving drugs, cash, whatever kept Tijuana bloody and rich. October 25th, 2008, and that's her D-Day. Mexican feds storm her house in Tijuana. She's nabbed with a stash, cocaine, guns, the works. It's part of a sweep after Benjamin's arrest years earlier. The cartel's crumbling, and Maria's the next domino to fall. She's cuffed, dragged out, another Arellano down. Here's the kicker. Maria wasn't some low-life mule. She was tied to the top, Enedina's inner circle. The feds wanted Enedina, but she's a ghost, always has been. So they grabbed Maria instead, a proxy to send a message. She's 30-something, tough as nails, but that day, powerless. Headlines hit. Arellano Felix family member captured. She's shipped off fast. No bail, no mercy. Destination, one of Mexico's worst prisons. And that's where her story turns dark. Maria's fall is quick. Family name didn't save her. She's not Enedina, untouchable and pulling strings. She's the one who pays. The Tijuana cartel's still kicking. But Maria, she's out of the game. Straight into a cage. What happens next isn't just lockup. It's a slow grind to nothing. Let's go inside. Late 2008, Maria lands in Almoloya de Juarez, Mexico's max security fortress. This isn't some overcrowded dump like Santa Marta. This is high-tech hell, built for narcos, killers, the worst of the worst. She's processed fast. No chatter, no chances. Guards strip her down, take everything. Clothes, dignity, even her name. She's a number now, locked in a concrete box. First day's a shock. Almoloya's not about rehab, it's punishment. She's in isolation. 23 hours a day in a 6x8 cell, 1 hour out if she's lucky. No windows, just a slot for food. The walls are cold, the lights harsh, buzzing fluorescent that never turns off. Guards bark orders. Move, shut up, face the wall. She's used to giving commands, not taking them. But here, her family's power means nothing, except maybe a bigger target on her back. Why's she isolated? She's an Arellano Felix. Too dangerous, too connected. The feds think she's got info on Enadina, and they want it. Other inmates? They'd kill her for the name alone. Day one, she's pacing that cell, mind racing. She's tough. Cartel life made her that way. But this is a different beast. No crew, no backup, just her and the silence. Imagine it. Yesterday, you're running Tijuana's streets. Today, you're a ghost in a box. That's Maria's new reality. Could you take that first night, alone, caged, no way out? It's just the beginning. What comes next in Almoloya? It's brutal, and it's real. Tell me your thoughts below. Maria's in Almoloya from 2008 on. No release date, no mercy. This place is a machine, built to break you. Conditions? Harsh doesn't cover it. She's in solitary most of the time. 24/7 lockdown, some stretches. The cell's freezing, concrete sucks the heat out. Food's a joke. Spoiled tortillas, watery soup, maybe a roach in it. Amnesty International called out Almoloya in 2010. Inhumane, isolating, a pressure cooker. Maria's living it. Almoloya's hell isn't loud. It's cold, quiet, relentless. Violence from guards, silence from the world. Maria's not the queen's sister-in-law in there. She's meat. How do you keep going when every day's like that? We're not done. Rape and despair finish her story. Tell me, could you take this? Now the darkest part, rape in Almoloya. It's not loud in the reports, but it's there. Amnesty 2010 to Women's Wing had abuse allegations. Guards ran the show. Power trips, no oversight. Maria's a target. Arellano Felix blood, alone, vulnerable. One night, could be 2009, 2010, no one's sure. A guard comes in. You talk or you pay. She's got no cash left, no pull. He takes what he wants. She fights. Cartel tough. But he's got the keys. It's over fast and she's alone again. Maria's story hits hard. Violence, rape, a mind caving in. Could you hold on in that abyss? Drop your take below. I'm here for it. Last up, Luz Irene Fajardo Campos, known as La Doña. She's not as famous as Sandra or tied to a dynasty like Maria, but this woman was a force. A Colombian Mexican trafficker, she ran with the Sinaloa cartel, jets full of cocaine, meth labs pumping out product. Luz wasn't just a player. She was a mother, a widow, a survivor, until it all fell apart. April 18th, 2017. That's the day her world ended. Luz started in the 90s, moving drugs across borders. By the 2010s, she's a Sinaloa ally, smuggling tons of coke and meth into the US. She's got 2 sons in the game, her pride, her muscle. Then 2017 hits like a freight train. Her boys, Juan and Jose, are gunned down in Mexico, cartel style, riddled with bullets left in a ditch. Days later, Colombian police nab her in Bogota. It's no coincidence. Rivals took her sons, feds took her freedom. April 18, 2017. She's caught with evidence tying her to Sinaloa. The US wants her bad. Extradition's on the table. She's 50-something, tough but broken. Her sons are dead, her empire's dust. She's hauled into custody, fighting charges, trafficking, money laundering, the list goes on. By 2018, she's shipped to the US. Pre-trial in a DC jail, then sentenced in 2021. Headlines call her La Doña, but that crown's gone. her freedom gone with it. Luz's fall is a double blow. Son's murdered, then the bars. She's not dodging this one. No cartel pull left. From jets to jail, her story's a gut punch. What happens when she's locked up? It's not Mexico's chaos. It's a different kind of hell. Let's step in. Late 2018, Luz lands in a Washington, D.C. jail. Pre-trial detention after extradition. This isn't Santa Martha's filth or Almaloya's isolation. It's American-style lockup, cold and clinical. She's processed fast, strip-searched, fingerprinted, shoved into a jumpsuit. No warm welcome here. Guards don't care about her narco past. They see a number. She's grieving her sons. But there's no time for that. Straight to solitary. First day's a shock. She's in a 6x10 box, concrete walls, a metal bunk, a toilet in the corner. No windows, just a bright light 24/7. U.S. jails love solitary for high-profile cases. Keeps her quiet, keeps her safe, they say. But safe from what? She's alone, no one to talk to. Just her thoughts, her boys' faces, the blood. Guards check every hour. You alive? But that's it. She's a ghost already. She's used to chaos, cartel life, gunfights, deals. This question mark, it's sterile torture. No noise, no life. Pre-trial drags, months in that cell before her 2021 sentencing. Every day's the same. Strip searches, cuffs, silence. She's yelling inside. Her sons are gone. Her world's gone. But out here, nothing. Guards don't speak Spanish well. She's cut off even more. Day one, she's already sinking. From running Sinaloa routes to this, alone, caged, grieving. That's Luz's abyss. Could you handle that silence, that loss? It's just the start. Prison's about to grind her down even more. Tell me your take below. I'm listening. Then the violence, subtle, but real. She's a narco, Sinaloa ties, and word gets around. Pre-trial, she's mostly alone. But when she's out, court trips, rare yard time, threats come. Court docs hint she shanked once. Arm slashed by an inmate with a grudge, maybe a rival's hit. Guards break it up, but she's bleeding, shaken, back to solitary, for her safety. Her health's fading, stress, no sleep, no care worth a damn. Her son's murders haunt her. Juan and Jose, gunned down, 30 bullets each. She sees it every night. Court filings say she broke down at sentencing, sobbing their names. She's 50s now, frail. Grief's eating her alive. No family visits. Too far, too risky. She's a shell. Cartel queen to this. And the worst, it's coming. Rape and despair seal her fate. How do you fight that? Tell me below. Luz's end, grief, violence, a soul crushed. Could you come back from that? Tell me below. I'm here. That's her tragedy. Prison didn't just hold her, it killed who she was. So here we are, the end of the line for Sandra, Maria, and Luz. That's the tragic fate of female narcos in prison. Power stripped, lives shattered. It's not just their story, it's a question. If this got you, hit that like button, it helps a ton. Subscribe if you're not already. Click the bell so you don't miss what's next. We've got more stories coming, real, raw, right to your screen. Thanks for sticking with me through this one. See you in the next video.